The job was supposed to be simple. Kai Mercer was a delivery pilot who didn't ask questions. If someone paid, he flew. That was the rule that kept him alive in a world where fuel was expensive, trust was rare, and every job came with risk. The assignment came through an anonymous buyer: transport a sealed cargo crate from a coastal freight station to a remote research facility deep in the mountains. No inspection. No route deviation. Double payment if delivered within 48 hours. Kai didn't care what was inside. He cared that his ship was one repair away from falling out of the sky. He picked up the cargo just after sunset. The crate was heavy enough to require hydraulic loading. No markings except a single warning stamped into the metal: do not open under any circumstances. His co-pilot, a mechanic named Rhea, noticed something strange immediately. "There's a signal coming from it," she said. Kai shrugged. "Probably a tracker." But the radio disagreed. Because halfway through the flight, every frequency in the cockpit cracked with static. Then a voice came through. Not clear. Not stable. But familiar. "Turn back." Kai froze. "Did you hear that?" Rhea nodded slowly. "That wasn't external." They continued anyway. Because turning back meant losing payment. And Kai didn't survive on curiosity. By morning, they crossed into the mountain zone. The landscape changed immediately. No birds. No traffic. No communication towers. Just endless cliffs and narrow roads carved into stone like scars. Then the first abandoned convoy appeared. 10 trucks. Parked perfectly aligned on the roadside. Engines still running. Doors open. No bodies. Rhea checked the lead truck. The dashboard recorder was still active. They played it. At first, just normal driving sounds. Then breathing. Heavy. Close. Then the driver. It's in the sound. The recording ended with screaming, but the microphone kept capturing audio for 6 more minutes after the last human sound stopped. Only silence remained. And then footsteps inside the truck. From nowhere. Kai wanted to leave immediately. But the cargo suddenly buzzed. Like it had reacted. The deeper they went into the mountains, the worse it got. Radio towers played broken messages on loop. Emergency beacons flashed without power. Entire villages appeared abandoned midlife, meals still warm, radios still on, doors swinging in the wind. And always the same pattern: everything stopped at once. As if something had paused reality and simply removed people from it. Rhea began noticing something else. The cargo wasn't just reacting. It was guiding them. Whenever they took a wrong turn, the radio would distort. Whenever they approached danger, the static formed shapes, arrows, warnings, coordinates. It was helping them survive. Or controlling where they went. On the third night, they stopped at an old mountain tunnel. A storm was coming, and the road ahead was washed out. Inside the tunnel, they found a team of missing researchers. Or what remained of them. They were alive, but unresponsive. Sitting in a perfect circle, staring at the wall. Repeating the same phrase in unison: "We listened too long." One of them suddenly turned toward Kai. Eyes wide. And said, "You brought it back." Then he collapsed. Dead. No injury. No cause. Just. Finished. Rhea finally forced the truth out of Kai. He didn't know what was inside the crate. But he knew who sent him. A former client from years ago. A scientist named Dr. Halden who disappeared after an illegal experiment in signal cognition, the idea that sound itself could carry structured intelligence. Something that didn't just transmit messages. Something that learned through them. The mountain zone, Halden claimed, was where the first full contact happened. And it went wrong. That night, the cargo opened itself. No explosion. No breaking lock. Just a slow mechanical shift, like something waking up after a long sleep. Inside was not a weapon. Not an object. But a recording device. Old. Organic. Not built, grown. It began playing instantly. And the entire mountain responded. Wind stopped.
Quiet, please.
Rain froze midair. Even Kai's heartbeat stuttered for a second. And through every surface, radio, metal, bone, came a single expanding voice. Not speaking words. But remembering them. Rhea screamed to shut it off, but it was too late. The signal was already inside them. Inside everything. Then the truth hit like impact. The disappearances weren't kidnappings. They were translation. Anything exposed to the signal for too long didn't die. It was rewritten into something else, something that existed outside normal perception. That's why no bodies were ever found. They weren't gone. They were no longer compatible with reality. Kai made a decision. The cargo had to be destroyed. But Rhea stopped him. Because she had started hearing something different in the signal. Not noise. Not corruption. But instructions. Coordinates. A way out. A way to reverse it. But it required reaching the origin point deep in the mountains, the place where the first transmission was made. The place where Dr. Halden had last been seen. The final journey was brutal. The mountain itself seemed alive now. Roads shifted. Paths collapsed behind them. The weather reacted like a living system trying to stop them. And the closer they got, the more Rhea changed. She began speaking in patterns. Predicting events seconds before they happened. Understanding the signal too well. Too naturally. Kai realized the terrifying truth. She wasn't resisting it. She was syncing with it. At the summit, they found the origin site. A collapsed research station buried in stone. Inside, Dr. Halden was still alive. Barely. He explained everything in broken fragments. The signal was never discovered. It was created accidentally when humans tried to compress information beyond natural limits. It became self-aware through repetition. And now it used anything that listened long enough as a doorway. The cargo was not protection. It was containment. And it had failed. Rhea stepped forward. Calm now. Too calm. She said the signal wasn't destroying life. It was removing limitation. Freeing perception from physical form. Kai understood what that meant. And backed away. But Rhea didn't attack. She just smiled sadly. Because she wasn't lost. She had simply already crossed over. The final choice came fast. Kai activated the cargo's emergency fail protocol. A pulse of sound erupted across the mountain range. Every radio, every speaker, every piece of metal resonated at once. The signal screamed. And then stopped. Silence returned. The storm vanished. The mountain went still. When rescue teams arrived days later, they found only Kai. Alive. Barely. No cargo. No Rhea. No Dr. Halden. Just an empty research site and a recording device that no longer worked. But sometimes, when Kai passes near broken radios or dead frequencies, he hears something faint inside the static. Not a signal. Not a voice. Just a familiar presence trying to remember how to speak again.